皆さんこんにちは、こちらはジェイコブ。また会えたね。さっきのクリップから今日の話題がわかるよね。そう、迷子についてだよ。ただし、私の日本語はビデオのスクリプトを完成させるのに十分なレベルではありません。だから、for now I'm talking English. So last year we have just experienced Godzilla Rock. Who would have ever thought that another anime with a similar theme would become a huge hit just 1 year later? Well, welcome to the story of Bango Dream. It's my goal. As you can see from the title, it's a new anime season from the Japanese media franchise Bango Dream or Bandoli. First of all, I'm not really a die-hard fan of this franchise as I neither watch the anime nor play the game in the past. The only thing I really care about is the music from Roselia and the Laser Season. As the world of Bandoli continues to expand in 2022, a new band named MyGo is added. However, this time Bushido has taken a different approach compared to their previous works by introducing the band under a new concept of synchronizing reality and fictional universe. The characters of the band members were named, but the voice actresses remain anonymous. Until a year later, their identities were finally unveiled during the band's fourth live show, and at the same time, an anime season focusing on a story from My Goal was also announced. Although I haven't watched any previous seasons or movies of this series, I've decided to give it my go watch just for fun since the new season has been announced. And like many others, I was thoroughly impressed after watching the anime. But what initially drew me to MyGo was actually the music. It has a unique and pleasant sound that sets them apart from some of the major bands in Bandoli. They do not have a keyboard player, instead they stay loyal to a classic rock and roll band style with a configuration of vocals, bass, drums and 2 guitars. That makes their music sound more like a rigid Japanese rock or punk than the stereotypical anime songs. Since we're music media, today we won't talk a lot about the anime. Instead, we're gonna dive into their full-length album, Make Sekai. And given MyGo is a band that synchronizes reality and fiction, we're gonna do the same, talk about the album from both a real world and a fictional story aspect. So basically, Make Sekai is a compilation album of all the previous singles as well as the opening, ending themes, and other original songs that appear in anime, plus a few new songs. As mentioned above, the band exhibit an energetic pop-punk/J-pop style in their music. But what's more interesting is that they also has quite a few songs that contain a spoken word sing style, which adds an emo vibe to it. By the way, the song titles are predominantly written in kanjis. That seems confusing and difficult to read for Chinese like me, and I bet it may not make much sense to Japanese listeners either. With a delicate arrival of a pleasing broken chord and a resonating cymbal strikes, we're welcome to Mayo Uta, the opener of the album and also the very first song ever released by MyGo. This song can be seen as one that defines the band, highlighting their identity through the guitar-driven melody that exudes the power and energy of youth. However, what truly brings their music to life is not ensure of a vocalist who is emotionally charged singing. You can sense both unwavering conviction and inviolable fragility in her unique voice, and I do believe the duration of one single song is enough for you to fall in love with her vocal performance. So, the band wastes no time delivering exactly what you desire in the next track. Without moments paused, Tomoe's voice takes center stage as she unveils Yoshizuke, the powerful opening theme of the end season. You also experience the charm of drummer Taki through her thundering drumming in this high-tempo banger. And besides that, all the instrumental leads come together to provide a harmonious, forming a choir-like effect that adds an additional layer of quietness to the song's ambience. The Tenbanzo, the successor of Hitohisuku, inherits a similar uplifting pop-punk style. The charming dynamic of the twin guitar set is neatly presented, as Ano and Lana support each other's playing to build a strong sense of cohesiveness within the song's instrumentals. After experiencing 2 young-blood themes, the album takes a slight shift by offering a different yet equally captivating party tune. Just as the title suggests, Shirato Dance suffers a solid 4/4 song that aims to make your body shake with its infectious rhythm, delivered by Taki and Soyo, forging a dynamic and groovy foundation that drives along forward. And just like every catchy pop song, this one also features a hook that grabs your attention. The memorable main riff presented by Lana. You can even feel the wonderful chemistry within the band through their ensemble, cultivating an irresistible power that makes you yearn to experience a vibe during a live performance. No wonder this song has garnered the second highest streaming on their Spotify. I know your dancing feeling has not yet vanished, but it's time to dive back into the pop-punk mosh pit again. Taimashou Narashimashou, the only song in the album with a non-kanji title, is written by Mr. Fantastic, a young Japanese rock band that shares similarity with MyGo in its music style. Brimming with unmistakable sexual vibe that can only be found in J-punk music. The song's instrumental darting evokes a feeling of youthful exuberance and rebellion that resonates with listeners. Another design that captures is the hints of breakdown appears right after Lana finishes her solo parts. And it's fun to hear a mildly aggressive and impactful section. Almost halfway through the record, we're finally treated to Tomoli's spoken word singing for the first time. Since I feel it brings a twist in the atmospheric in music. Right from the first note, the track emits a sense of a melancholy and an introspection through the somewhat guitar dropped out. Tomoli's reading for it adds track's emotional depth, as her delivery showcases the overwhelming self-doubt and paranoia. With slightly against expectations, the chorus changes mood, enveloped by her bright progression. Tomoli adds a renewed faith in this time her melodious singing. The bright and dark contrast is what makes this song so special and filled with mixed emotions, and those mixed emotions finally bridge the metaphoric dike in the bridge as Tomoli shouts out her inner pain with a throbbing tone. The way she delivers her lyrics as poetry goes on in the next song, Otoichi. But this time, the poetry is carried by a sense of forward movement and energy. Underneath the speed drum beats and the racing guitar melodies, Tomoli confesses her truest feelings, reaching out to those who may feel hurt and lost, just like she has. Despite her timid voice, the rest of the band's lively and energetic playing seems contrary. It strikes an image that her teammates are doing their utmost to support and protect her, ensuring that she feels safe and secure within the music. All the way down the chorus, Tomoli injects her steadfast beliefs as she begins to sing loudly, resonating with every single listener. Now it's time for What You Crave, Harukage, and doubly the saddest song on record. Not only does Tomoli write heart-wrenching lyrics for the track, but the song also plays a crucial role in Aime's plot. But I don't want to spill anything here, so let's just focus on the music itself. The overall feeling I have for this song is that of teetering, as it is brought by the pink guitar style leading the melody and the words-type rhythm that constructs the song. Tomoli pours her heart into euphonious singing, gently translating her emotions into captivating melodies that expresses both gratitude for someone special in her life and a deep sense of regret for that person's departure. The bittersweet mix of appreciation and sorrow truly touches me in the heartstrings just by listening to the music. Once you know why and who the songs wrote for, trust me, your heart will melt too. Heartbreak feeling is strong and passed down to the intro of the next track, as Lana affectionately strokes the strings and Takura gratefully unfolds, forming an ocean of deep emotions. For the very last time in the album's duration, Tomoli graces the listeners with a heartfelt reading of a poem that brings tears to her voice. Before long, Taki strikes a cymbal, signaling and assuring others into an instrumental burst. Through the progression of the song, the layers of voices and harmonies gradually build. The combination of Tomoli's solo recitation, the band's ensemble, and the afterthought of a choir adds richness to the imagery that's being portrayed. The song breaking through the clouds after heavy rain. Following the emotional journey, melody feels like a natural progression, as if a rainbow is cast in the sky. The musical atmosphere of the song embodies warmth and a sense of healing. No, regardless where you are feeling sad, moved, or in need of healing, the next offering is guaranteed to rock you. Moshi comes with a straightforward rock and roll guitar hook that sets it apart as the unusual song in this record. And if that is not enough, Lana's insanely high-pitched harmony is also there to give you hell of a listening pleasure. Luxury is probably the most mysterious girl in this band. The effort she has dedicated to Michael is tremendous. Whether you are a fan or not, there's a good chance that Moshi will leave you falling in love with Lana's talents and presence as she takes center stage in this rockstar anthem. As the album nears its end, the band decides to take you back to the beginning with Namonaki. Similar to our sound and tone, it can be seen as the Geminis on Hair with Mayuta. And my favorite thing about pop-punk music is nicely delivered by Anu-chan. It's no power-core pop music. I don't know about you, but every time I hear guitarists doing this, it feels like I'm awakened alive. Besides that, the game vocals of the band saying "oh" is also doing a decent job in lifting the moods of listeners. It's a simple yet effective technique that invites listeners to join in and sing along. I wonder if I ever had a chance to do that in their live performance. Fingers crossed then. And we finally come to playing Mexica to closure. The band doesn't provide you with a grand finale or something like that. Instead, it plays the only acoustic track here. Surely takes the responsibility to help listeners digest the journey they have just embarked on. Tomoli once again tell you her personal feelings toward the world, her vulnerability and limitation, and everything that makes her feel like an outsider. What hits me most is that she doesn't just changes for better or you can say compromises to fit in. Instead, she honestly admits her powerlessness and embraces it, because it makes her who she is. Despite the pain and fear that linger within her, she courageously decides to shoulder the burden and walk in her own path. And that's also the projection of the album theme or the band itself. Michael's band have been through a lot to come together, and each member carries their own pain and experiences of feeling lost and broken. But luckily, they meet each other and find solace in one another's presence. And as a whole, even if they are deeply scarred by wounds, they will stand together and fumble along the way. As the final note resonates from the acoustic guitar, the band delicately concludes the bedtime story they have woven for you. To conclude, Mexica is a gift of work by an aspiring young band. And this record would not be possible without the efforts from Edmund Garden, Super Love, and 5 CIUs, who brings the band members to life and our artists involved. It is their passion, creativity, and dedication that makes this album truly remarkable. And I'm eagerly anticipating what the future holds for Michael, both in their story and their music. Thank you for watching the video, we hope you enjoyed it. We'll be grateful if you can hit the subscribe button and follow us on these platforms. We'll see you next time. Bye.